Okay, so all of these holes are cut now. You can see here that this fits, I just drilled this hole with it. So what I'm going to do now is lift this up. I'm going to go back up to my DRO, and I'm going to set the DRO now to 0. Or to 1 rather. And once I get there, I'm going to slide this back and make my number 6 hole my new number 1 hole. I'll show you how I do that in a sec. Now you can see why I've got this pin in here. It is to hold all of this together when I put it back in and slide it along. So I've got this all cleaned up. I'm going to take the assembly itself and drop it in the track there. Oh. I'm just going to slightly tension this and then go back down. So you can see that I'm set here, it says 10, but really those are ballpark numbers. So it's, I'm going to view that as the 0 point. I'm going to undo this, slide this back, and I'm going to basically use the mill itself, the end mill, as a pin. So this is pinned, nothing else has changed. So what I'm going to do is now snug this up a little bit. Make sure that's in there good and solid. Tension up tension things up. And then I'm going to pull this back out of the hole. And get my big rubber mallet. It's a weighted mallet. And pop that in there. Make sure it's good and tight. And then just go and tension this down. The problem I had the last time, I'm going to try to alleviate before I start. I'm going to go under here and tap this over just to where it clears those holes. So now I'm just going to check one more time, make sure that this is hitting this properly. It is. And I'm at the number 1 hole here. So basically I'm using this in the same way I use this pin. This has become the pin for the next set of holes that I will drill. So now what I'll do is I'll swap back out. I will pull this up, go over here, and go to hole number 2. And what I will now do is I'll move this forward. I will change this out for a drill, and I will repeat the process again for another 5 holes. That's it. So here we are. I got all of the holes drilled. You'll see that I've got two 1/2-inch pins in there now. The one on the end that was there before, and this one, just to make them easy to move around and deal with. And all I'm going to do now is just square off this end, and then it should be at the right length. I've got it measured out. Just make both sticks the same length with the holes all in them. There we go. So now I'm starting to dig down into it to put in carbon fiber strips. So I'm going about it in very much the same way. I have a limited amount of travel on my mill, and so I have to cut this slot in sections. So I've done the first part here, then I'll go on to the second bit, and probably I think there'll be three or four runs in this process. So it'll just be cut, 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 and hope for the best. I'll come up here and I'll light it up. Okay, so here's the rails assembled, and I've skipped a few steps here, so I'm going to try to show you what's going on. This is not just a cover. It's a carbon fiber rail, which not only will keep the bearings in, but will stiffen everything up. So you see all these are cut now. This one is screwed up. It doesn't matter because it's too close to the end of the guitar and it's kind of superfluous. So my plan now is I've got these little shoulder bearings. See, they've got a shoulder on them. And my plan is that these will just drop into these holes, and you'll see there's a groove cut here to the depth of the shoulder. So I'll be able to just drop these in wherever there's a cross shaft. Oh, actually, I need to skip each one. And I'll just drop them in, and then they'll be retained by the carbon fiber stiffener. So these get tensioned down. So those will get torqued down, and the end result will be what you see here, which is a bearing trapped in there. And I'm just gonna grab one of these pins so you can see the basic idea. You know, this is, oh, so this will be the cross shaft. This will be the pin that holds it, or the end of it. Typically the way I make them is make them like this. These aren't turned down right now enough to get in there. These are at 5/16, so I got to shave a little bit more off them. But they'll go into those holes just like this. And on the other side, this would be the side that, this is the side that faces me, because these bearings get put in afterwards. And this is the side that faces in the other direction. And the bearing will just sit on the outside there. So anyway, that's the cross rails, the rails that basically hold up everything in there. And the reason the carbon fiber doesn't go all the way down to the bottom is because I need this metal down here to screw parts into as I go forward. You know, so the one that faces the guitar player is this one, And this one will actually get cut. It'll get cut up like this and down again to give clearance for my knees. And this, the end of these will get drilled and set into the, they'll get drilled and machined and set into the end cheeks. So anyway, that's a little bit more.